Ghanatube so it was your former for snowy masan so atena sibium meden sem ahodo etwegum e the four corners of Ghana bro na intem pass no senior matena se no meden be kwakotie ensem bi ekoso wo omani na eba na busem format so e dia mamo.
Because the minority in parliament is boycotting an orientation program for members of parliament, citing the cost component of the program, saying it is too much and that they will not be a part of it. But what's the reality? Speaker Bagbin has said the decision to hold the event at the Volta Serene Hotel in the Volta region is the result of a comprehensive evaluation of several factors. But the minority says there is political bias. But is there? Joining the conversation, we have Samuel Bing, Executive Director of Parliamentary Network Africa, via Zoom, Vincent Akwesifwa, Member of Parliament for Old Tafo, and on phone, Roxanne Nelson Dafia-Mekbo, or Dafia-Mekbo, MP South Dai constituency. We start the conversations with them. Vincent, a very good morning to you. Thank you for joining the conversation, sir.
Good morning, bro. How are you?
I am well. I hope you are too.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. Let's start off with the position of the minority on this. Why exactly is the minority saying it will not partake in this orientation on the back of cost?
Well, let me say a very good morning to you and to your cherished viewers. I think that consistency is key in our body politic. And what was wrong yesterday should be wrong today. And what was right yesterday should also be right today.
Right.
It cannot be that a certain principle or reasons are advanced to a cause today and tomorrow when nothing has changed. Different reasons will be advanced. In 2022, when Parliament decided to go to Rock City, to have post-budget workshop over there. The Speaker of Parliament was very clear in a statement when he mentioned that because of the situations or the environment of the country at the time, it was not right for us to go and do so and spend that amount of money. The Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference came to support this. HPMP came to support this. A number of CSOs also came to support this. And at the time, the argument was that it was proper for us to have it at the presence of Parliament so that we could save the taxpayer some money. Orientation, which is supposed to be done by the Parliament, and members of Parliament are supposed to also partake in it. It's quite different when it comes to post-budget, in the sense that I am a second timer. I've gone through this orientation before. And so I don't even see the need for me to travel all the way from Greater Accra region to the Volta region for another orientation session.
Vincent, quick interjection. You've been there, you've done that. There are the new standing orders which came into play just how long ago? And I have seen some of you members of Parliament come here and dispute because some of you maybe still have a few things from the old to the new. You're telling me that because you've been in the 8th Parliament, you don't need this orientation? Is that what you're saying?
The truth is that there has been an organization, if you like, a workshop for us, where members of Parliament were trained on the standing orders, except to say that first-timers were not part of it at the time. So there has already been a training session for us members of Parliament who were part of the 8th Parliament on the standing orders. Again, the new standing orders is not too much different from the old one. Just some additions and subtractions were made to it. And so if anybody says that we have to travel all the way to Volta Serene for a second timer, third timer, fourth timer, fifth timer to do that, I don't see the need. if the resources were available, considering the circumstances in the country, we had enough resources to do so, then of course, I don't think it will be so much of a problem. But where we can replace it with a training session at the presence of Parliament, like we did some years ago, I don't see why we should travel all the way to Volta Serene to go and do
Vincent, let me just sneak in this quick bit, because we have Roxanne Nelson Dapiamepo as well. Sweetie Abachi will bring him in. But before we do that, just a quick point. The information I gather is that this wouldn't be the first time we're going to the Volta Serene Hotel. In fact, for this same kind of exercise, in the erstwhile administration, we had been there before. Why the difference now? Simply because the last time at Rock City, there were complaints about that situation? Because your administration
I agree with you that it's not the first time. I agree with you that it's not the first time. In fact, during my first term in office, that is, I think, 2021, we went to Volta Serene. It was in 2022 that argument was given by the Speaker of Parliament, supported heavily by the then minority, now majority in Parliament. The argument was because we had limited resources to do so. So I am asking, what changed? Do we now have enough resources to do these things? And so, yes, we've gone to Volta Serene before. At the time, there was some amount of unanimity from both aisles of the House that we could do so at Volta Serene. But in 2022, we were told that it is not possible, it was not right for us to do so. So I just want to know from the Speaker of Parliament what has changed. Now, do we have enough money? Do we have a lot of money, especially considering the fact that within about 6 or 8 weeks, the government has already internally borrowed about 67 billion Ghana cedis. Do we have money or we don't have money? If we have money, they should let us know, because the argument those times was that we did not have money. I don't think that today we have money. But if they think that we have money, they should let us know that we have money to be able to do so.
Well, thank you. Let me bring in Mr. Dapiamepo into the conversation at this point. Sir, thank you for joining the conversation. And how much money is going into this orientation? Looks like the argument all comes down to the cost involved. Can you tell us, an estimate of how much you're spending on this orientation?
Thank you very much.
Right.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning to. I believe you're on the radio.
No, this is Joy News AM Show TV. And can you speak up for us?
Okay. So I'm in some small meeting, so I'm trying to excuse myself. Good morning to our viewers. First of all, Vincent has put out. The Honorable Vincent Asifwa has put out some inaccuracies.
Created by former Disney lighting and technical designers, introducing the 3.
And it's important that I correct them. One, it is not the Speaker that has taken us to who. The orientation for members of Parliament happens every year that Parliament is inaugurated. So it is the duty of the clerk to Parliament, the parliamentary service, to do that for members of Parliament. The search for a venue for such a program is conducted by the clerk to Parliament, the deputy clerk. There are parliamentary service staffers whose duty it is to procure such services. In doing so, they are guided by the Public Procurement Act. They look for quotations and they select the best. So this propaganda about the Speaker must stop. He's in second term in Parliament. He ought to know better. Two, this is not the first time the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana is conducting business at Volta Serene. Indeed, I am in my 9th year in Parliament. The Parliament of Ghana, in the 9 years I've been in Parliament, has been to Volta Serene at least over 7 times. In all this, I have participated. 7 times. 7, not 1, 7. The Parliament of Ghana has been to Kofodia several times. Even if committees, we go to Kofodia. When we go to Kofodia, there are 1 or 2 venues that have become like the usual venues. So this sudden penchant to say that we don't have money to go to Volta Serene is a total fabrication.
Well, Mr. Dawako,
hold on, please, hold on. Under the presidency of Nana Akufo-Addo, the parliament led by the Honorable Osei Mensah Boshu has been to Volta Serene over 6 times. He should check the record. Even under Speaker Michael Kwe, we have been to Volta Serene. So what is this thing about where Volta Serene is expensive? It's a 5-star, it's a 6-star. They are putting all sorts of star rated, fabricating it to give Parliament a good look. Now, the other matter that I think I should correct is that he says that the difference between the old standing orders and the new standing orders is not much. Please, I'm pleading with him. We should never say this anywhere. Because the evidence speaks for itself. In any case, Parliament does orientation periodically. He missed a lot for not attending this seminar.
Mr. Dawako, I'm not going into this so that we can also understand the arguments the minority is making. And
I think as the media have pointed you where to go. Even if you ask the speaker will not be able to tell you. It is the clerk of parliament. So if you want the financial implications for coming to Volta Serene, speak to the clerk of parliament. The clerk can speak to it.
But a quick interjection, Roxanne. So from what you've said, it would then imply, and correct me if I'm wrong, that between the last time you went to Volta Serene and now, there wouldn't be a substantial difference in costs. Is that what you are thinking?
At all. I am saying that Parliament invited quotations, and Parliament will take the best quoted price. And anybody, the best person who has a continued business relationship with state institutions, they do what they call rebated rates. They give you rates that they think they can repeat you can always come back to them. They will not give you going rate. Anybody who has done some business knows this.
All right, so
and I think that the quotation that Volta Serene gives to Parliament is very competitive.
Okay, so it would stand to reason, business-wise, that for repeat customers, you would want to give them a certain rate because you are getting a lot from them. But on the other hand, listening to the MPP's argument as well, back then, Rock City and a few things that came up, we decided, no, let's be in Parliament and do it. The circumstances of our country have not changed substantially. Could we have had a less expensive option? Or could we maybe have done it within the precincts of Parliament and thus save the Ghanaian taxpayer quite a bit of money? Is that not possible?
The orientation that was done in Parliament was for only first-timers. And Speaker said they needed that to be able to even stay the course for the first 2 months of Parliament. So it was not done for the entirety of the 275 members. It was done for only fresh men and fresh women. That number, Parliament has enough space to accommodate that. That's the number.
Right. And
so it was organized at the DF Annan Auditorium, where a lot other seminars take place.
Mr. Dawako.
Now, the final thing I want to say is that this issue of the orientation is an orientation that is on Parliament's calendar every session, and the venue varies, and it varies based purely on the commercial rate that is given to Parliament. Now, he's not in leadership. The complaint of his leaders as of Thursday was that both leaders, me, I'm the majority chief whip, but the complaint was that we were not consulted in respect of preparing the program for the retreat. That was the complaint of their leadership. And I share that at least the clerk and his officers also have, done some consultation with leadership of Parliament in respect of as to who, for instance, will be facilitators and all that. Those were their complaints. It was nothing about money.
Yakagotie and Semno about for comment who came in comment section. Na mejibre I can kindly na ediamon. Answer na meso musu meka musu aha Ghanatube so in same bia ekoso ewo online no onsa ebeka subscribe na hit notification bell no for quick updates see ade makabo.